Alright folks, today I'm going to show you a recipe on how to make smoked salmon. Here it is actually at the end. It's an absolutely delicious recipe with brown sugar and a little bit of maple syrup on there. So stay tuned and I'll show you everything you got to do to make this. What you're going to need for this recipe is just simple sugar and salt and a little bit of maple syrup. And we're going to be smoking them today with some apple chips on our Bradley smoker. You're going to need cutting board, knives, and a few containers for marinating. Alright, so I've trimmed up all the salmon. I've got 4 salmon here, and I've cut each one into fillets and cut each fillet into 3 pieces. And I've also mixed up the sugar brine mix here. This is a whole bag of sugar. It's about a little over 7 cups, and I've mixed that with about 2 cups of salt. Looking for about a 3-to-1 sugar to salt, or between 3-to-1 and 4-to-1, something like that. So what we're going to do is layer some of the brine in the bottom of the container and then just start putting salmon fillets on it and covering it up until we use it all up, and then we'll throw it in the refrigerator. Alright, so here we go. We got 1 layer of salmon in there, and we're just going to keep putting more on. Pile them in and then add more sugar, sprinkle it around. Sugar salt mix. Alright, and here's the last 2 pieces. So let's use up the rest of the sugar on top of that, and then we'll set it in the fridge. So that there, I'll put it in the fridge. I'll probably put it in about 6 or 8 hours. And if it's at the end of the day and I'm doing this, I'll just leave it in overnight and do it start the smoking process the next morning. It doesn't really matter. What this is going to do is it's going to draw out a lot of moisture out of the salmon. And when we see it again next time, this whole container will probably be pretty much full of liquid. And the salmon will be nicely firmed up and ready to smoke. Alright, so here's the smoked salmon in the brine after being in the fridge overnight. It's been in there for about 16 hours mixed in with this brown sugar and salt mixture. You can see that a majority of the water that was inside of the salmon has actually been drawn out by the salt. And what we're left with is nice and firm pieces of fish ready for smoking. What we're going to do now is rinse each piece and just wash off the excess salt, and then we'll put them on our racks. And one of the tips that I use here is put the racks upside down, and that just helps with air circulation. They'll still go inside the smoker just fine this way. And we put them on the racks for about 2 hours. That allows the skin to dry out and it forms its pellicle, and that is important for the smoking process. Okay, so I'm just going to take these and wash them, and then I'll put them on the racks. Alright, so here's the smoked salmon after I rinsed it off, and I've just laid it all out on a paper towel, and I'm just going to blot it dry, and then I'm going to move each piece onto the racks where it'll sit on the kitchen table here under the fan for a couple hours, and it'll just dry up, and then I'll put it on the smoker. Alright, so here we go. I got the salmon all loaded into the smoker. And I'm going to do this according to Bradley's recommended process, which is 3 different temperatures, each one for 2 hours. So I'm going to start off at 120 degrees for 2 hours, turn it up to 140 for 2 hours, and then finish it off at about 170 for the last 2 hours. And I'm running it today with apple chips, applewood. Alright, so it's been 2 hours on the smoker here. Just going to open it up. Starting to look pretty good. It's starting to smell really good. I'm going to turn up the heat. 140 for the next couple hours. We'll check it out a little later. Alright folks, it's been on for about 5 hours right now. It's just about done, but the last step that I'm going to do is add a little bit of this maple syrup here. So we're just taking each one out, and I'm just going to drizzle a bit on. Just like that. And then to spread it around. Alright, and then we'll just put them all back inside. Put it on for the last half an hour and it'll be done. Alright, so our smoked salmon's been on for just about 6 hours and it's done at this point. I'm going to take it out and put it on some trays and it'll be ready to serve. And this kind of stuff, when it's smoked, it'll last in the fridge for a week or two in Ziploc bags, and you can also freeze it if you want to make it last longer. Thanks for watching.
Brian, you got the boat right. Can you get it all?
I gotta pan it out.